Hey everybody, my name is Ethen Ostroff. I am your future personal injury lawyer. Hopefully you never need one. Today we are talking about oil and gas field explosions and injuries. These are some of the most catastrophic that I see. But before we get to that, click that subscribe button, follow along where I will make sure that your future injury case is protected. So you work in an oil, let's call it fracking or some sort of gas field, and there is some sort of workplace injury. What do you do? Who do you talk to? First thing you do, obviously, unless it was so obvious that everybody at your company knows about it, you report exactly what happened to your supervisor if you are able to. Second, the practical part of this is go get treatment within your workers' compensation plan. If you let your supervisor know about what happened, ask them for an incident report to be written, you should go treat exactly where they tell you to go treat. If it's so bad that you need to call 911 and get an ambulance, you do that. This is one of the most horrible situations that can happen, and it can lead to death. So do what you need to do to take care of yourself. But what I want to just kind of cover during this conversation is how to protect your workers' compensation and potential personal injury case. First thing to protect your workers' compensation case is to tell your supervisor about what's going on. I have put out a couple of videos talking about this, but it is so important to let them know, because if they don't know, then they won't be able to opt you in to the right doctors within the workers' compensation plan that you are a part of. By being an employee, you get workers' compensation insurance, which protects you if you get hurt on the job. If you are hurt on the job, you potentially have both a workers' compensation and a personal injury case, depending on the severity of the situation. Sometimes if the situation was so ridiculous, it can actually breach and become a personal injury case in addition to a workers' compensation case. The way that you get that question answered is just by getting in touch with your supervisor as soon as you can, letting them know what's going on. If they say you have to go treat at specific doctors, go treat there. If they're not doing you justice, then you can go see other doctors. But you need to make sure that if you see other doctors, that they are included within your workers' compensation case. The way that you can know that is by talking to a workers' compensation lawyer or a personal injury lawyer. They're the ones that can navigate the different laws within your state to make sure that you're not waiving your right at money that you deserve. So if you get hurt in a gas field or some sort of explosion that happens related to your job at your workplace, just know that you not only have a workers' compensation claim, you might also have a personal injury case. And you need to make sure that you go about the steps of getting your treatment the right way so that you can protect yourself, your family, and your cases. If you ever have any questions, make sure to click that subscribe button, follow along where I will make sure your future injury case is protected. And I'm happy to hop on the phone if anybody's going through something like this. I'm sorry if that's the case. Thanks so much.